A very good morning, students. Welcome to our today's session. So, in all our previous sessions, we had seen how to calculate individual cost. We had calculated cost of debentures, redeemable and irredeemable. There are two different formulas for them, right? And then we saw how to calculate cost of preference. Similar to that, we had redeemable as well as irredeemable, right? Next, we saw something called as cost of equity. Cost of equity had three models: dividend model, earnings model, and CAPM approach, capital asset pricing model, right? Now, all these things, when somebody asks what is the cost of capital of your firm, we cannot tell them that equity this at so much, debt it is so much, and preference it is so much, right? It will not have that, significance. So it becomes very incomplete and inappropriate if we don't calculate weighted average cost of capital. So it's like summarizing the all those three things. Right. What is weighted average basically? Weighted average is a arithmetic mean. I hope you guys are familiar with arithmetic mean, a simple average. Simple average which is given certain weights. Why do we give weights? Weights are given because we want to identify the importance of each and every component, right? We have to assess the importance of each and every component in the capital structure. So how do we assess the importance? It is based on how much have we borrowed. For example, if there is 10 lakhs of equity shares, there is 5 lakhs of debt. You cannot just calculate cost of equity and cost of debt and take average. Add both of them and divide it by 2. It doesn't work like that because the proportion is very different, correct? It is almost 2, it is actually 2 is to 1. I hope you guys are understanding this concept. For example, if I'm assessing your grades, I'm assessing your scores, and I'm supposed to take average. In that average, there are various factors in which I will evaluate each one of you. What are those factors? It might be your academics, it might be your co-curricular, it can be your extracurricular, it can be your CSR events, what you have done, it can be attendance, right? There might be these five components. Here, if we assess, I give more preference and more weightage to your academics, right? That is your basis of, it is one of the primary reason why you guys are coming to college. Next, co-curricular and extracurricular. I give a little less than academics. I give a little less weightage to these two components because it is also part of, it's also a part of your, I don't say curriculum, but it is very important for you guys to participate in extracurriculum and co-curriculum activities, correct? Next, coming to your attendance, I don't give more weightage to attendance because it is your duty to come and sit in a class and attend the class regularly. If you're absent, there should be any genuine reason. So it is up to you. I just don't have to bother much about attendance. So this is the reason we have something called as weighted average. We need to give certain importance to certain components while calculating the average. So that is the reason we have something called as weighted average cost of capital. So this is if a particular question is asked in the exam, what is weighted average cost of capital? You guys have to write this answer. Weighted average cost of capital is the expected average future cost of funds, right? Over the long run, found by weighing the cost of each specific type of capital by its proportion in the firm's capital structure. You guys might not understand this in one go, but what it simply means is that you will be given the capital structure. You know the weightage, right? They would have given you, there is 10 lakhs of equity, there is 5 lakhs of preference, there is 8 lakhs of debt. So this components they would have given. That's what they are telling in the last part of this sentence. Proportion in the firm's capital structure. That proportion they would have given you. Next, the cost, that cost of specific uh, component. For example, cost of equity they would have given you, cost of preference they would have given you, cost of debt they would have given you. You just have to multiply that and get the weighted average cost of capital. So while for I mean when we start solving, it's very simple and you guys will understand it in one go, right? So steps: assign weights to specific cost. How will you assign weights? Weights can be how do you assign weights? I'll just explain you in the next slide. Okay. Multiplying cost of each source by the appropriate weight. Now that we have weights, multiply weights with the cost, you will get the the product. Divide the total weighted cost by total weights. All right, the total weights. I mean, this weights will have the total weighted cost will have. We just have to divide having weighted cost in the numerator, right? So the first step says assigning weights to the specific costs. How do we do that? Assignment of weights. There can be four different weights which you can consider. First is historical weight. Historical weights are nothing but the initial weights what actually is there in your books, right? Historical weights is like you'll not worry about anything else. While issuing preference shares, you had 1 lakh preference shares of 10 rupees each, which means that there is 10 lakh rupees of preference share capital, right? So that's what is meant by historical weight. At the time of issue of the shares, what was recorded in your books becomes your historical weights. Marginal weights is like the additional weights what you are increasing. For example, if you I mean there is already an existing capital structure in your firm and you are supposed to you are going for expansion and you are pitching in a new capital. This new additional capital, this weight we are considering for calculating of weighted average cost of capital. Next is book value weights. Book value weights are those weights which are recorded in the books of accounts. In books of accounts, in your share under share capital in your balance sheet, we would have mentioned certain amounts, right? That becomes your book value weights. Next, market value weights. Market value weights are taken on the basis of the market price per share. For example, you would have issued 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Today they might be trading at 100 rupees each. So 100 into 10,000 shares become your weights while for calculating your weighted average cost of capital. So while solving problems, you will get to know how we exactly get this, right? So weighted average cost of capital illustration, I've taken book value weights. This is one of the most simplest problems and which is like a sure shot question. So please be very careful. So they have given us cost of debt, cost of preference, cost of equity. In certain problems they wouldn't have given you cost of debt. In that case you will have to find out the cost of debt using the formulas which we had studied in our previous modules, previous sessions. So let's try to solve this. I'll take a table. Let's take, yes. All right. For our reference, I'll write it as equity share capital, preference share capital, and debt. Right? So what's the book value? Book value they have already given us 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs, and 3 lakhs. So how do we calculate weights? Let's take the total of book value, right? So whichever weight you are taking, if it is book value, we'll take book value. If it is market value, we are supposed to take market value. So 5 lakhs, what is the total? 10 lakhs, correct? 5 plus 2 plus 3 is 10, correct? 10 lakhs. So 5 by 2 is 5 lakhs divided by 10 lakhs into 100. Oh, sorry, you don't have to do, I mean, you don't have to multiply it by 100, but it's like 5 divided by 10, right? The specific source which we are considering, it is 5 lakhs divided by 10. All right. So next 2 by 10, 0.2, next 0.3. So this sum should always be 1, right? That is a check factor. Now, what are the costs they had given us? The costs are 8 for debt, 14 for preference, 17 for cost of equity. Let's take the decimal. 0.17 for equity, 0.14 for preference, and 0.08 for debt. Now, product is a multiplication of weights, and I'll call it as 1, I'll call it as 2. Product is 1 into 2. Alright. So 17, 0.17 into 0.5, 0.085. Next, 0.028. 0.08 into 0.3, 0.024. So now let's take the sum of all these three. It comes up to 0.137. So our weighted average cost of capital is 13.7%. I'll write it here itself. So this is your weighted average cost of capital. This sum we call it as weighted average cost of capital. All right. So similarly, we'll do it for market value weights. I'll copy the entire table, paste it here. I've taken the same illustration, same example, so that you guys will have a track of what we exactly are doing. From the information contained in previous illustration, calculate weighted average cost of capital assuming the market value of different sources of funds, which are as follows. So they have given us the market value. It is 7 lakh 50 for equity and retained earnings. We just have to change this. Market value right. For equity share capital, it is 7 lakh 50. And for preference, it is 2 lakh 30, 2 lakh 70. Okay. Let's now take the sum of all these three. So it is 5 plus, I think it is 12 lakh 50,000, if I'm not wrong. Correct. Now we'll calculate weights. 7 lakh 50 divided by 12 lakh 50, it is. So here, okay. So there is one more thing I want to explain here. They say equity and retained earnings, correct? This 7 lakh 50 is a sum of equity as well as retained earnings. In the question they had given you two different things. The book value is 5 lakhs. The market value of equity share capital as well as retained earnings is 7 lakh 50,000. Correct? So how much is retained earnings and how much is equity share capital? That component they would have given you in the problem. 6 lakhs equity and remaining 1 lakh 50 retained earnings, right? So this proportion you need to be very careful. Retained earnings. Okay, now let's calculate the weights. 6 lakhs divided by 12 lakh 50. Let's calculate. So 0.48. Oh, right. So now that we have got the weights and the cost will remain the same for retained earnings, because we have seen this in our previous modules that the cost of equity as well as cost of retained earnings will remain the same. You can actually take a component, but equity share capital and retained earnings, or you can, it's like both are almost same, right? Now let's take the product 0.48 into 0.17. Now let's add all of this. It comes up to 14.9. 4%, right? This is how you calculate your weighted average cost of capital. First, you need to take the weights, then multiply the weights into the cost, specific cost, and then you'll arrive at product. I'll give you 10 seconds. Please go through this problem. Right. So we'll move on to the next type. Okay, I've taken for the same illustration, let's calculate marginal cost of marginal weighted average cost. We'll take the marginal weights and then calculate. So the firm is actually going for an expansion and they want to raise additional capital of 5 lakhs, right? It estimates that rupees 1 lakh will be available as retained earnings and the balance of additional funds will be raised as follows. So they need 5 lakhs. Out of this 5 lakhs, we had this retained earnings 1 lakh 50. So out of that 1 lakh 50, they are utilizing 1 lakh. So 3 lakhs from debt, 1 lakh from retained earnings, and 1 lakh from preference shares. So this will be your capital structure 3 plus 1 plus 1. Use marginal weights and compute WACC, right? We'll take the same thing. This format will remain the same. You just have to change the values. So 3 lakhs. So retained earnings, they are utilizing 1 lakh and they are raising 1 lakh of for preference, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 1 lakh of preference and 3 lakhs of debt. What would be the proportion? It will be 1, let's take the total. Total is 5 lakhs. 1 by 5, correct? So it will be 0 0.2 and again a 0 0.2 and 0 0.6. The check factor will be 1. So the cost we know now. Right. For the retained earnings, it will be so 0.17 into 0.02 is 0.034, 0.028, and it will be 0.048. Correct. The total will be 1620 to correct or 11%. So this is about your weighted average cost of capital. which is a very important topic. So please concentrate on this. This is like a short question. They might ask you, giving book value weights and market value weights, and ask you to calculate weighted average cost of capital of each of the proportions, or they might ask you for the additional marginal weights. They might ask you to consider. So be very careful, and I think historic and book value are almost same. So practice these type of questions, and I'll be sending you an assignment. Please write all the assignments. Write the assignment and share it with me. I'll be giving you the deadline in the email. So thank you so much.